Hello, I'm Father Joe Roesch of the Marian Fathers of the Immaculate Conception. Thank you for joining us as we continue with our year-long journey reading the diary of St. Maria Faustina Kowalska from beginning to end. Today we take up from where we left off, beginning with diary entry number 873. January 8th. On Friday morning, as I was going to the chapel to attend Holy Mass, I suddenly saw a huge juniper tree on the pavement, and in it a horrible cat, who, looking angrily at me, blocked my way to the chapel. One whisper of the name of Jesus dissipated all that. I offered the whole day for dying sinners. During Holy Mass, I felt the closeness of the Lord in a special way. After Holy Communion, I turned my gaze with trust toward the Lord and told him, Jesus, I so much desire to tell you something. And the Lord looked at me with love and said, What is it that you desire to tell me? Jesus, I beg you, by the inconceivable power of your mercy, that all the souls who will die today escape the fire of hell, even if they have been the greatest sinners. Today is Friday, the memorial of your bitter agony on the cross. Because your mercy is inconceivable, the angels will not be surprised at this. Jesus pressed me to his heart and said, My beloved daughter, you have come to know well the depths of my mercy. I will do what you ask, but unite yourself continually with my agonizing heart and make reparation to my justice. Know that you have asked me for a great thing, but I see that this was dictated by your pure love for me. That is why I am complying with your requests. Mary Immaculate, Virgin, take me under your special protection and guard the purity of my soul, heart, and body. You are the model and star of my life. Today I experienced a great suffering during the visit of our sisters. I learned of something that hurt me terribly, but I controlled myself so that the sisters didn't notice anything. For some time the pain was tearing my heart apart, but all that is for the sake of poor sinners. O Jesus, for poor sinners, Jesus, my strength, stay close to me, help me. January 10th, 1937. I asked the Lord today to give me strength in the morning so that I could go to receive Holy Communion. My Master, I ask you with all my thirsting heart to give me, if this is according to your holy will, any suffering and weakness that you like. I want to suffer all day and all night, but please, I fervently beg you, strengthen me for the one moment when I am to receive Holy Communion. You see very well, Jesus, that here they do not bring Holy Communion to the sick. So if you do not strengthen me for that moment, so that I can go down to the chapel, how can I receive you in the mystery of love? And you know how much my heart longs for you. O my sweet spouse, what's the good of all these reasonings? You know how ardently I desire you, and if you so choose, you can do this for me. On the following morning, I felt as if I were perfectly well. The faintings and the weaknesses ceased. But as soon as I returned from the chapel, all the sufferings and weaknesses immediately returned, as if they had been waiting for me. But I had no fear of them at all, because I had been nourished by the bread of the strong. I boldly look at everything, even death itself. I look straight in the eye. O Jesus, concealed in the host, my sweet Master and faithful friend, how happy my soul is to have such a friend who always keeps me company. I do not feel lonely even though I am in isolation. Jesus, host, we know each other. That is enough for me. St. Faustina writes here of encountering a huge juniper tree on the pavement with a horrible, angry cat in it, blocking her way to the chapel. She apparently had to go from one building to another to reach the chapel. So Faustina said the name of Jesus, and it all disappeared. When we promote the divine mercy, message, and devotion, we have to prepare ourselves for spiritual battles, because the evil one hates this message. But Jesus is always with us. Saint Faustina then, with courageous faith, asks Jesus to save all those who will die that day from going to hell, especially great sinners. And since it was a Friday, and in honor of his passion, Faustina dared to ask this great thing of Jesus, and Jesus very generously does so. But he asks her to make reparation to his justice. Jesus is merciful, but he is also just. That is why there is purgatory, to make up for any purification that we were not able to accomplish here on earth. And Faustina asks Mary, the Immaculate Virgin, to protect her and her purity of soul, heart, and body. It's a beautiful prayer that we can all use, especially in this confused world of ours today. Then Faustina finds out from some of the sisters something that hurt her terribly, but she exercises enormous self-control, and she doesn't react in her face, and so they don't see how hurt she is by what she has learned. She offered her pain to Jesus, something that we can learn from, to hold in and not try to offend other people, but to offer that suffering to Jesus. And then Jesus gives Faustina strength to be able to receive communion. She's ready to suffer anything as long as she has Jesus in her to strengthen her.